Hi guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. Thank you guys for being here today. I wanted to do a quick video on Danny, Leilani, and Quentin. Okay, so what I'm going to do is, this first deck here is an oracle deck, a love oracle deck, and I typically use it in my private reads, but I wanted to use it for a relationship question in regards to these two. So the first question I have is going to be on the energy of Leilani and Danny's relationship leading up to the time that Quentin went missing. So, you know, a couple weeks or a week maybe prior to that, and then that day. And then I'm going to switch out and do a read. Specifically, I'm going to try to zone in or zoom in on Danny and see what comes out. And at the end, I would like to pull a couple of cards to see if we can get any clues, any more clues as far as baby Quentin's location. So that's what we have on the agenda today. Somebody asked me if I would do a reading on Billy Joe's husband. I don't know if it's her husband or a boyfriend, and I said I would. And originally I was going to combine the husband and Danny, but I would rather keep them separate. I don't want to confuse the two, so I'm just going to focus on these three today, and that is Danny, Leilani, and Quentin. Okay, so let's get started here. Like I said, this is a love oracle. I use this a lot. I use a lot of, not a lot, but I do use oracles more in my private reads than I do readings for YouTube. But I love this deck. I use it for all topics across the board, not just relationships. I think that the messages can really apply to anything, so I do like this deck, but we're going to see what comes out. And of course, private readings are always available. All you have to do is email me. I will have all the information in the description box. Okay, so can we get an idea of the energy surrounding the relationship between Danny and Leilani around the week of October 5th and prior? What was the energy surrounding Danny and Leilani's relationship? What was the energy surrounding Danny and Leilani's energy or relationship? What's the energy surrounding Danny? Okay. So we've got talking, girl talk, a lot of talking, self-indulgence, abundance, and photograph. Interesting. Okay, so let's see what we got here. So we've got a lot of talking. I don't know if they were talking about taking their relationship to the next stage or if they were talking about splitting up. I'm not sure. Interested, conversing more, awaited messages, text, call, email. That's interesting because it also makes me wonder if there was communication between Danny and Leilani as far as texting or emails. I would say probably most likely texting. That could be evidence, maybe. You know, maybe law enforcement has something technology-wise that is important, and we haven't heard about that because there sure is a lot of talking and stuff like that going on here in this pull. Now again, I asked for around that time, so a week or so prior. You know, what were they talking about? Was this something that was planned? I don't know. I mean, I'm just kind of letting my mind wander at this point. I have to have more information to say something like that, but there's something here. And then we have girl talk, time with friends, moving on, happily single, living in the moment, having fun. Maybe they were talking about ending this relationship. Self-indulgence, focusing on self, self-worth, time to heal, shadow work, self-appreciation. I do feel like this is Leilani. I think that that's a good card to really describe her. You know, it's about her, right? It's not anyone else. Not worrying about the kids. We're not worrying about this person. It's about me. What can I do for me? What can I do that makes me happy? Okay, she definitely is a me first, you second type of person, and that is definitely coming out, and that's exactly how she was in this relationship as well. Abundance. Keeping a positive mindset, manifest exactly what you want, gratitude and bliss. So manifesting exactly what you want. That's interesting. What did she want? What did Leilani want? You know, what did she want out of this relationship? What did she want out of life? You know, so there was something going on between the two of them. And then we have photographs. So looking at your photos, missing you, nostalgia, making new memories. I know this is a question about Leilani and Danny's relationship, but I've got technology and I've got a photograph that I can't stop thinking about. Okay, there's something here with either a phone, a computer, a video camera, or you know, a picture, a video, something. Okay, there's something here. Let me pull a couple more here and see what else comes out. Okay. Get more information on Leilani and Danny's relationship. What was their relationship like? The runner. Not today. The chaser. Wow, we have a runner and a chaser. What are the odds of that? Codependent relationship. Listening to ego. Chaser in a codependent relationship. Fear of abandonment issues. So we definitely have a codependent relationship here. Runner and a chaser. Who's the one with the abandonment issues? That's got to be Leilani. Fear of intimacy on Danny's side and fear of abandonment on Leilani's side. I don't know what Leilani's childhood was like with Billy Joe, but I did pick up in my last reading that Billy Joe was not the warmest and most compassionate mother in the world. She came out as the Queen of Swords reversed, and so that you know, that I don't like that. You know, and so I wonder what kind of, and I did say in my last reading that Leilani's behavior is a learned behavior. Okay, these things that she was doing to her kids is what Billy Joe, I believe, did to her children when they were young. And so you know, she's just been watching. So all of this stuff is normal to her. It's not unusual behavior. It's just the norm. But is there something more? I feel like there's more to the story. I feel like there's more to the childhood that hasn't come out yet. And that has contributed to the way Leilani is today as well. But this was obviously a relationship that had its issues. You know, it probably had good days and bad days, just like any relationship. But if you add in addictions and things like that, it wasn't. It was more on the side of toxic. Not today. Not dealing, hurt, avoiding a conversation, calling person, boundaries, and angry. Still angry. So we've got another card that's talking about calling and a conversation. I wonder if they've been law enforcement. I wonder if they've been given any information from, I kind of want to ask if Danny's cooperating with law enforcement, because I feel like there could be, as far as evidence is concerned, something going on with a phone. Okay, a phone, whether it's text, a picture, a video, something like that. Okay, so let's see. What do we have on Danny? What was going on with Danny on October 4th and October 5th? What was going on with Danny on October 4th and October 5th? October 4th and October 5th. October 4th and October 5th, Danny. Take that one. We're going to take that one. All right. Oh, the devil. So I do believe that drugs played a role in whatever happened to Quentin. Okay, that devil, that's unhealthy attachments. Okay, that can be addictions, and I think that that's exactly what it is in this case. And I'm looking at that King of Cups, or that Knight of Cups rather, and he's kind of daydreaming, so he's kind of out of it. So given the fact that the daydreaming is right next to the drugs, in my opinion, that to me was Danny's physical condition that day, or that morning, or the night before, but around that time. So he was kind of out of it. All right, he very well may have been sleeping. So the new story is, well, I don't know if it's the newest one because I haven't been online today yet. Well, I was earlier, but I haven't really watched a whole lot. But I believe that Billy Joe reached out to Bubba, who is Quentin's biological father, I believe, and she told him she suspects that Leilani and Danny were doing drugs and they were all messed up, and that Quentin drowned in the bathtub. Bubba's response to her for that was, well, why didn't they just call 911? And her comment, I believe, was, well, when you're fucked up, you do stupid shit, right? So I do kind of feel like there might be some substance to that statement. Whether Leilani and Billy Joe lie a lot, there's usually some truth within those lies. And so could this have actually be the case? Could this actually have happened? Very, very likely it could have happened, because to me this is him, at least Danny, kind of out of it. And then we have Danny as well. I mean, he was kind of, I think the relationship, it had a lot of issues. It was beyond the codependency, okay? It was toxic, I would say, and he was at his limit. He was, I think, on the verge of wanting to leave, in my opinion, based on the Ten of Wands. So he really wasn't in a good state of mind. And then we have the Six of Wands. So yeah, literally that's him trying to get out. I really do think that he was waiting for an opportunity to, either move out or end this relationship. Let's see here. At the same time, though, if it was a matter of not having a place to stay, it seems like he had a place to go after this, because word has it that he left, 4 days after Quentin went missing. I believe his parents came and picked him up, and I don't know where he went. I don't know if he's living with mom and dad. I don't know if he lives on his own or what, but he apparently had a place to go to, so I don't know what the reason was. It could have been just that codependency. When you are a person who suffers from addictions, you can also be addicted to another person. Was this just a cycle, a karma type relationship? Very well could have been. And then we have the Seven of Cups. So yeah, so he played it back and forth. He didn't have his mind made up. He didn't know if he wanted to leave. Some days he wanted to leave, some days he didn't want to leave, some days he was at his wit's end, some days he was fine. So that was kind of what he was dealing with in his head anyways. Okay, so let's see what else was going on that morning. Did Danny see what happened to Quentin? Did Danny see what happened to Quentin? Did Danny see or know? Does Danny know what happened to Quentin? Does Danny know what happened to Quentin? Two of Cups reversed. The Emperor. The Queen of Wands reversed. Sorry, you can probably hear my dryer. I have like the loudest dryer in the world. The Knight of Pentacles, and let's take one more. And we have the Page of Swords reversed. All right, let me look at this for a second, because right away when I seen this Two of Cups here, I'm thinking that this was possibly a team effort. We've got another card here with two people. This one here kind of looks like a mother and a daughter. Daughter's getting ready to put her hand in the fire. The mom stops her. She's got a stern look on her face, and we're to probably assume that, you know, she's trying to keep her daughter from burning herself or hurting herself. So she, you know, she's grabbing her hand to stop her from getting hurt. It's coming out in reverse. So we've got a mother and a child situation here, but instead of stopping, okay, instead of protecting your child and stopping them from getting hurt, or trying to prevent them from getting hurt, you're either not caring if they get hurt, or you're not paying attention. There's something here. There's something here going on with these two cards here. All right, so we've got Danny and Leilani, and then we've got, I look at this as a little bit of negligence. Not even a little. I look at this as a lot. Look at that fire. This is a card just filled with energy. And it's not good energy. When I see fire like that reversed, I immediately think of anger and rage. So what happened? What happened to make Leilani angry? Because I'm picking up a little bit of anger here. Did Quentin get into something? Did he hurt himself and that, you know, triggered her? We have the Emperor. So there were phone calls made. There was communication. There's communication here, guys. Look at this Emperor. I love this deck with the modern images. We've got a woman here on the phone. She's got a computer. She's got a calendar and a date, you know, circled. It's the 31st. So maybe there's, I mean, today's what, the 30th? Maybe, you know, hopefully something will happen. I mean, maybe there'll be some action or movement in this case. I don't know. But the 31st, I mean, I know, you know, we usually like to reduce these two-digit numbers down to a single digit. So with 31, you're going to add 3 plus 1, which is 4, which is the number of the Emperor. And that is number 4, foundation, right? Home, family, okay? That, to me, is what I associate with the number 4. There's something to me in that home that they definitely got as far as evidence, and I think it might have a lot to do with some technology. I wouldn't be surprised if technology is going to be involved with what finally comes out. Let me look here. What else do they have? We have a kitchen. She's in the kitchen. So this might not have been a bathtub situation. This might have been something that went wrong in the kitchen. You know, we've got a girl here that is about to put her hand in that fire, and mom there is gripping her hand, preventing her from doing it, probably telling her to be careful. Was there something going on in the kitchen where maybe Quentin got hurt in the kitchen, and Leilani and Danny were off doing their own thing and weren't paying the least bit attention at all? And then there's something with the technology. King of Pentacles. What's this guy doing? He's planning. He's digging. He's digging in dirt. He's digging in dirt. All right, he's planning. He's prepping. He's, you know, putting in some work. He's got gloves on too. He's got gloves on, and he's out in the dirt. It looks like he's in a garden. He's got some tools. So let's keep that in mind, right? I actually, at this point in time, I know the last time I did a reading, I pulled for the question of where was Quinton, or was Quinton in the landfill. I can't remember the question that I had asked, but that card came out as the 5 of Pentacles with this particular deck, and it was a girl standing in the woods. And that kind of made me think that, you know, it is possible that Quentin is someplace else other than that landfill. And then we've got this as well. So we've got outside, okay, and he very well could be in woods. But there was, to me, an attempt to cover him up. And then we have the Page of Swords. So I look at the Page of Swords as potentially being Quentin himself. And, you know, it's coming out in reverse. So I feel like this is, you know, let me look at this for a second. We've got a kite. We're holding on to something. We're letting go. We've got ascension going up. I look at that almost as a transition for baby Quentin. But we've also got a Polaroid picture here. There's something, guys. There's something with the camera that I can't quite shake. We've got another picture. They take a picture of something and then delete it. All right, let's pull again here. Let's see. Okay, so more information about Danny. I do feel like Danny is at least aware of what happened. I don't necessarily know if this was something that was done intentionally or if it was just negligence. But I feel like Leilani, with her coming out as that King of Wands, okay, I feel like she was the one that took charge. She was the one that said, okay, this is what we're going to do. Could they have called the police if something had happened? Absolutely. But I could also see Leilani saying something like, you know what, if we call the police and they come here and they see us all messed up like this, we're going to jail today. We can't do that. All right, so we're going to have to come up with something. And then the plan starts. Doesn't matter, in my opinion, if you did it intentionally or unintentionally. Their behavior afterwards tells you that they simply don't care. That's my opinion, right? That's my opinion. But the behaviors after the fact really show a lot about this family, in my opinion. So let's keep going here. What's going on with Danny right now? What's the energy surrounding Danny at this very moment? We are at, what, October 30th? What is the energy surrounding Danny right now? What's going on with Danny? What's going on? Let's take that one. All right, so we've got the Queen of Wands again. Okay, so to me, that's interesting that Leilani, sorry, I keep messing her name up. Leilani is coming out as the Queen of Wands reversed. To me, that is anger. She can lose patience. She does not have patience. She literally came out, where was it? Where is my Queen of Wands? Where did it go? Where did it go? Here. All right, she's coming out as this. So that's interesting. Okay, what's his energy right now? What's his energy right now, Danny? Page of Cups. The Nine of Wands, again, reversed. Oh, the Justice card reversed. And we have the Ace of Pentacles reversed. He might be talking with law enforcement. He might be cooperating. He might very well be at his, I look at that Page of Cups as an offering, okay? She's literally holding that cup out. And it makes me wonder if law enforcement, maybe went to Danny and said, hey, look, you know what? We can cut a deal if you just tell us what happened. I don't know if he went for it right away, and I don't know if he has went for it yet, because the Justice card is coming out in reverse. And we've also got a baby here, so I do think that that's Quentin. I kind of wonder if they are trying to get him to cooperate, and because it's reversed though, I'm not sure if he's agreed to do that yet, or if he's considering to do it, or if maybe he's been giving a little information but it's not enough. But I feel like there's something here with law enforcement seeking information from him, offering him a deal. If that's the case, I you know, you would think that he would take that. I mean, it might still include some time, so I don't know. Maybe he's trying to wait it out and see if there's going to be anything concrete enough to stick to build a case. So maybe he's thinking it would be better to just wait it out. We've also got a turtle here. Okay, so that's slow. I'm looking at that as, yeah, this whole thing has been very slow. And it makes me wonder if, again, he's been approached but hasn't decided what to do yet. I don't even know if they would give him that amount of time, though, to be honest with you. I mean, usually it's not up to the person. I mean, usually you offer a deal and you're like, hey, you've got until tomorrow, and after that it's done. So he might very well be offering up information. Yeah, he's really, you know, he's been staying quiet. That's another thing that makes me think that he might be cooperating and saying things to law enforcement, because he really hasn't said much of anything. I don't think he has said anything, to be honest with you. But I do got to mention something really, really quick before I forget. The babysitter in the early days, when she talked about receiving that text message, oh my God, the text message. I think there's something about that text message. I don't know what it is, but there's something important about it. I've got enough phone call, texting, communication cards, you know, to make me think that there's something here going on with a phone. The babysitter. The babysitter said that when she did see Danny later on that morning, she said he had a cold look in his face. So that has always kind of stuck in the back of my mind, because I feel like if law enforcement comes out and says that this is our, you know, only suspect, our prime suspect, you know, you would think that that's the case, right? That's where the evidence is pointing them. But with that cold stare, and I've never really felt like Danny had anything per se to do with it. I always felt like he might have witnessed or he might suspect. But I'm starting to wonder if there's more to Danny than meets the eye. If I had to go, I'm just looking, guys. I'm just looking because I feel like law enforcement has approached him, and for some reason I feel like he has not cooperated, but I'm torn on it. I'm torn on it. To be honest with you, I'm torn on it. He's going through the ringer, though. 10 of Wands reversed. The Ace of Pentacles. This is an opportunity that's being taken away, not given. This is an opportunity with the law, with the legal system. Did they offer a deal for information for him to cooperate, and he refused? He refused because he's holding out on whether or not they can find Quentin. And then whatever offer was given was taken back. They were like, "Hey, you're okay then. You know, you're if that's what you're gonna do, then you're going down too. Unless there's nothing to go down for, if he was just an observer, or if it was, you know, I don't know. Let me pull more. I want to keep these two out here. These are important. I mean, they're all important, but I really want to keep these two out. And that's the Justice, and let me just put these here. The Justice and the Ace of Pentacles. This is, that's something being taken away. All right, we've got the Queen of Cups. The Fool card. The Three of Pentacles. The Eight of Wands. All right, let's see here. I wonder if he refused. I wonder if he refused to cooperate and he waited a while and then he decided if you know they were still willing for him to, you know, work with him, if he gave them some information, you know, could he do it? That's, I think, what is confusing me. That's why I'm getting confused, because I'm seeing both. I'm seeing a refusal to give information, and then I'm seeing working together, okay, with this one and this one. The Ace of Pentacles reversed and the Three of Pentacles. So you know, because remember, this is the energy, the current energy, the energy now. All right. And that would explain why the justice system is reversed as well. Plus, you know, we don't have the location of Quentin yet, and there is no justice, so we've got that as well. But you know, as far as I know, he is with his parents, right? Or his parents came and went and picked him up. So could he had been advised by family, you know, and was told to go ahead and cooperate and do what you got to do. All right. Take that chance. Take that chance. Take that leap of faith. We've got the leap of faith card here, the Fool card. Take that leap of faith, you know, because this probably isn't going to go very well for you if you don't. All right. It's best to just cooperate and, you know, do what you got to do. If it means, you know, there's consequences to that, well, it's probably better to do that than to, you know, go through a whole trial. Because I do feel like this is, to me, this is him working with the law enforcement. This is him working with law enforcement. But it's not enough. It's not enough. He doesn't have enough, and he's not providing enough. Either he doesn't have enough or he's not giving enough, because there has been no arrest yet. This is the Eight of Wands. This is that communication card. Okay. It's also a speed card, so he could be just giving them little morsels here and there. I mean, look at how detailed he's working here. All right. He's literally just kind of pecking away at one pentacle, even though there's a whole lot of stuff there to do. So I feel like he's just literally giving them little tidbits here and there. He's not being forthcoming. If you look at him here, it's almost like he's just kind of like, whatever. I'll do what I got to do, but you know, I'm not going to be too worried. He's worried because he's coming out as the Ten of Wands twice, so he's worried. But there's something that I'm picking up that's a little bit of cockiness. There's an attitude here that I'm getting from Danny, almost like, you know, like an air of confidence. What is he so confident about? Is it Quentin's location? What is Danny so confident about? Why is he so confident? Why is Danny so confident? What's going on here? Why is Danny so confident? Knight of Swords. Four of Wands. Five of Swords. The High Priestess. And another four. We have the Four of Pentacles. I think it has something to do with the location of Quentin. That's where the confidence is coming up. I wouldn't be surprised if Danny knows all things. I have a feeling that Danny knows exactly what happened. He knows. The High Priestess tells me that he knows. He knows. You know, in my opinion, just based off of a tarot reading. Let me just put that in there. I'm not accusing him or anything. We're just talking, right? We're just talking about the cards. I feel like he knows what happened. He very well could have been a part of it. okay, even if it was assisting Leilani in something. I do think it's eating him alive, though, mentally and spiritually. He's pulled that the 10 of Wands twice reversed, so he's struggling, okay, inside, but there's also a level of confidence to where he feels that if he can wait it out, that's why that's why he didn't agree to work with law enforcement in the beginning. They are so absolutely sure that Quentin isn't going to be found, okay, that they're not even worried about it. They're not even remotely worried about it. And I feel like because of the pressure, and maybe whoever that Queen of Cups is, it might be Danny's mom, it might be somebody that, you know, is close to him, that cares about him, but there could be some pressure from people in his inner circle that are telling him, look, you know what, you better tell them what you know, if you know anything. And I do think that he has changed and did start cooperating and giving little morsels, but that's all he's giving is little morsels. He knows way more. And then we've got these two fours. What are fours, right? Four, again, foundation, home, stability. I believe that Quentin is closer to home than we realize. Okay, he is closer to home than we realize, and police are not looking there, and so they are quite confident that they've got this in the bag. Look at that Four of Pentacles. We've got that huge overgrown person inside of that tiny house. What kind of clue can we get? You know, and I hate to even talk like this, but does this mean that Quentin has been put into something? Is he inside of a box? Then again, police did do a forensic testing of that entire house. They drained the pool, right? Might not be, it's inside the house, sitting inside the house, but it's also reversed. Outside too, though. Outside but inside. Outside but inside. It's like he's in something. He's in something potentially. Got a blanket. Got a blanket too. Blanket wrapped around him maybe, and inside of something, but outdoors. But it's coming up in this reading because Danny possibly knows all of this. Four miles from the house, maybe 4 miles. Maybe it's not in the house or around the house. Maybe it's just in close proximity to the house, closer to the house than we thought. Let me look at this one again. Sitting inside. Sitting inside. He's too big for it, though. He's too big for whatever he's in. Knight of Wands reversed. I like that one, actually. The Seven of Cups reversed. That Knight of Wands, you know, that's Danny, and that's his confidence coming through. I'm happy that it came out reversed because it makes me feel that there's confidence, but he's overconfident. He's not accounting for something. There's something with the camera, the phone, the texting. There's something here going on, you know, that maybe he's not aware that law enforcement have that information. I don't know. Maybe they were communicating and they deleted those messages and maybe didn't think that they could be retrieved. I don't know. You would think that people would know that, but anything's possible. Again, like Billy Joe said, when you're messed up, right, you do stupid shit. So it's possible. But this is his attitude. However, it's not accurate. It's the plan isn't as foolproof as they expected it to be. All right, he's got all that armor and protection and fierceness on the exterior, but on the inside, he's a hot mess, number one. But like I said, it's a false security. Okay, it's a false security. I do think that law enforcement has quite a bit of information, actually, quite a bit. Maybe just not enough. Maybe you know, like we've all been saying, or like everybody's pretty much been saying, you know, just trying to get that concrete evidence and try to find Quinton. And they can't do anything or won't do anything until that happens. So I think that there's enough for more than one person to face some time. Seven of Cups reversed. Yeah, so I feel like usually the Seven of Cups for me is, especially in true crime, it can be a drugging card, it can be a drinking card. So we've got a lot of variety here. It's a card of indecisiveness, so I think that plays a role as well. It means something here, because I think that Danny does go back and forth with what should he do. Should he say something? Should he not? Is he going to play it out? He's thinking that he's going to get away with it. So there is that level that's coming out. But I also look at those cups as the pieces of information that law enforcement already have, and that he doesn't realize it. He doesn't know it. Okay, he has all of this information too. He knows what happened that day, I'm assuming. I think he knows what happened that day. But I think that law enforcement also has a pretty good idea of what happened that day as well. And he doesn't realize that. And then also I do look at this as the drugging card as well. And so the addictions could very well have played a role in contributing to whatever happened to Quentin. All right, so let me pull. I'm probably not going to pull many more here. Okay, let me just do one quick pull on Leilani as well, and we've got the Star card reversed. So again, I do think that there's some, you know, there's some concern deep down, right? I think they're playing it tough. They're trying to play this tough exterior that, you know, I'm not guilty. I don't have anything to worry about. But really on the inside, they're worried. Okay, they're worried. Leilani is thinking that she may very well go to prison for the rest of her life. All right, that's what that Star card tells me. And she's not being honest. She's not being honest with what she's saying. I don't know which statement, okay? It could be all statements. It could be some of them. Like I said earlier, when you lie, sometimes you put a little truth in there as well. And so there might be some things that come out that, yeah, there's some substance to it. But I think for the most part, her overall story has been not truthful. And then we have the Empress. Okay, so that's her. And I also think that that's Billy Joe. So I'm wondering if Billy Joe also has a role in this, because I know she wasn't there, so I'm not saying that. But there is an underlying role here, okay? For the mere fact that she had custody of these children, and she left these children in her daughter's care, right? And, you know, probably wouldn't have happened if she didn't do that. So there's something here with mom. Something here with mom. Mom is right next to Leilani. So we've got Leilani and we've got mom. Got a pregnancy. Got a birth. What is that here? We've got the Page of Wands. That Page of Wands is Quentin to me. That's Quentin. All right, let me see here. What's the story coming out? We've got the Chariot. we've got Judgment reversed. We've got the Eight of Swords. Let me pull one more. Yeah, we've got the Sun card reversed. So, all right, let me look at these all together. Okay, we've got the Star and the Sun on the end caps. All right, so now that I see them all out, I have to ask myself, is the Star card and the Sun card, okay, are they kind of like the beginning and the end? Both of these represent, I believe, Quentin, okay, and what happened to him. And then right there next to him, okay, and I know I said that that was Leilani, but now that I've seen them all, I'm actually thinking that it's more representing what Leilani did, because we've got Mom here. And I always, when I do readings, I don't always just look at a card being this or that. I think cards can apply to many different things, okay? It's just kind of looking at the whole picture. So Billy Joe did pop into my mind when I seen this, but now that I'm seeing all of them in this pull, I think that this is Leilani. So we've got Quentin right next to her. We've got a car. We've got transportation, and it's at night. So this could be at night or this could be early in the morning. We've got some privacy things going on here because we've got curtains around the car. So there's a level of sneakiness and trying to, you know, disguise or, you know, trying to do things under the cover of darkness. We've got the Judgment, which to me represents, again, a transition. We end with Quentin again, and then right before that, the transition, and right before the Sun card, which is Quentin again, we have the Eight of Swords. So the Eight of Swords is, you know, that trapped card, and we do have some water. This is the first time I've seen water come up in a read as far as his location. I don't necessarily pick up that he's in water, okay? There might be a water source nearby, very nearby, but I do feel that he is outdoors, okay? He's definitely, I feel, outside. I don't necessarily know if he... let me see. We've got blindfolded. Got blindfolded. I'm looking at these mountains in the background. You know, could that represent a potential landfill with mounds of trash? I don't know. You know, I've never actually seen like a whole landfill. I don't know if they have mountains and mountains of trash or if they smash everything down. But if you notice, the mountains are behind him. All right. So I wonder if perhaps there's a location around in that area, maybe not quite as far out, because I'm thinking about 4 miles from home. We pulled enough 4s for me to think 4 is important. You know, I don't know how many miles the landfill is away from home. I think I heard somebody say one time 9 miles, maybe 9 miles. I think he's closer than that, all right? So I think that he's closer to the home than the landfill, but still outside. And I can't help but to think that he could be inside of something. Okay, let me change decks here really quick. Let me just see here. Some more information on the location of Quentin. Okay, more information on where Quentin is located. Where is Quentin located? Can we get some information to help us figure out where Quentin is located? Where is Quentin located? Ten of Wands reversed. So in this reading today, who came up as the Ten of Wands reversed? Danny. That came up twice. Now it's come up 3 times. The question this time, though, is the location of Quentin. But Danny's coming up. Okay, this is Danny's card today or tonight. It makes me feel like wherever Quentin is, okay, I think more than just Leilani knows that spot. Okay, let's keep going here. I had to look at that because I thought it was, it might be smoke. Might be smoke in the back. I'm not sure. It could be just an orange sky. It could be smoke. Page of Swords reversed. Page of Swords reversed, I feel, is Quentin. We have the Seven of Cups again. The High Priestess again. Seven of Wands. A couple sevens. The Queen of Wands. So again, in tonight's reading, who keeps coming up as the Queen of Wands? Leilani. All right. So I'm asking, I'm going to end it here, okay? Because I'm asking, where is Quentin? And at the beginning of that pull and at the end of that pull, we have Danny and we have Leilani. All right. So we've got all this stuff here in the middle, but at the ends, okay, we have these 2 people. And so that tells me that, yeah, they most likely, my opinion, they most likely both know exactly where Quentin is. Page of Swords reversed, that's Quentin. Again, they know where he's at. And then we have the Seven of Wands, which is a defensive type of card. So, you know, there's protection here, right? He's protecting what's behind that door. What's behind that door? I feel like behind that door is, you know, the answer to where Quentin is located. And somebody's guarding that door. So Danny and Leilani are guarding that door. How are they guarding the door? Is it because they have hid him so well that they know there's not a chance that he's going to be found? You know, have they moved him? I don't know if that would be possible because everybody pretty much knows where they're at all the time. I don't think that they could do anything like that now, although there were a couple of days before that first press conference where something like that could have happened, where a move happened, but I'm not really feeling that. You know, but this is, you know, this is a guarded card. So they're very, very guarded. They, you know, they think they've done a really good job. And I think that, honestly, unfortunately, I hate to say it, but they have, because I don't think that they're mastermind criminals by any means, but it just so happens that, you know, without any direction to go in, I mean, law enforcement, there's something that made them go to the landfill, right? Something. But I have to wonder at this point if, like I said here, I don't think that he's in the landfill at this point. Seven of Cups. Seven of Cups. Got a couple of sevens here. Seven of Cups, the Seven of Wands. What are these sevens? Where's my deck? Which deck is this? Okay. What are these sevens? What's the Seven of Cups and the Seven of Wands? What do they represent? I mean, does law enforcement have multiple places that they want to check? But no, they've been focused on the landfill. They've been focused on one place, as far as we know, right? As far as we know, I should add that. I don't know if law enforcement is, you know, spreading resources to other locations. I have no idea. Maybe they are, and they're trying to keep it on the down low. Did any of us ever, something just popped into my head really quick. Could law enforcement be using the landfill as kind of a decoy themselves? Could they potentially know that Quentin isn't in the landfill, and they want Danny and Leilani to be comfortable? They want them to let their guard down. They want them to let their guard down so that they can, maybe slip up. But in the meantime, could they be potentially checking in other locations? Because I can't help but to think these cups mean different locations. That's a lot of locations to check, though. That's a lot. And it doesn't have to be exactly 7, but there's definitely a few. Because I'm picking up, again, like I said, I've picked up confidence. But it's a false security. It's a false confidence. They don't know it. They're just thinking that they've gotten away with it. They've gotten away with it. Look at this guy. Look at the 10 of Wands, grabbing his wands and kind of getting the hell out of Dodge, right? Thinking that he's sneaking away. But it's coming out in reverse. So he's not getting away with it. They're not getting away with it. And look at her in this one here. She's got that confidence. The way Danny had that confidence in the Fool card, this is Leilani. They think that they have gotten away with this, and I don't believe they have, okay? And I think that law enforcement, they very well, I'm sure, are looking in the landfill, right? And there's no question about it. But I have to wonder if they have different officers or teams, even if there's small teams, going out and searching in other locations quietly. The Hierophant. 10 of Cups. Let me pull one more. 5 of Wands. Got conflict here. We've pulled the 5 of Swords as well. We've got conflict and we've got family. We've got the 10 of Cups card here. Now, I feel like that's Leilani and Danny and Quentin, right? And that's why it's coming out in reverse, and that's why we've got it right next to a conflict card. We've got 2 people here kind of playing tug of war with one another, and it makes me wonder if, there's some sort of, gotcha moment with Danny and Leilani. It's almost like they're, I have no question in my mind that Leilani could definitely go to police and say, hey, Danny's the one that did this, he did that. And it, makes me think that maybe Danny's doing the same thing. Like I said, he is, I think, giving them information, but it's little morsels. It's like a little bit here and there, and it's not enough. It's not enough to really put it on one person or the other. I think that they're about even right now. I think that police are looking at them both. I know that law enforcement has named her as the primary suspect, but this is, to me, looks like kind of an even battle. Okay, so I'm feeling at this point in time that it's a possibility that both of them are just as responsible. Maybe Leilani took charge because that was her child and he really didn't have a say. Well, he did have a say in it. He could have, I'm not saying that, but in his mind, maybe was like, okay, yeah, all right, it's your kid, whatever. I don't like this, but that, okay. And then turning on each other. And the Hierophant. To me, the Hierophant just represents everybody outside of this case. Everybody. okay? The community, the law enforcement, the media, okay? That's why this is, coming out, and it's coming out in reverse right next to Leilani. So the heat is on her. She feels that heat. She definitely feels that heat. I mean, this is sometimes a society card, right? So this is also the protesters that go out there and, do everything that they do, whether you agree or not. That's what this card to me represents. So this is the community and how they view mom, right? Leilani. Let me see. Let me look at that, because she doesn't come across, I know this video is getting long. She doesn't come across as caring to me. She doesn't seem to be bothered by it. She's aloof to it. She doesn't care. I really pick up she doesn't care. She's more worried about her end goal, freedom, and not getting caught. She doesn't care what the public opinion is about her, or the YouTubers, or the media, or the community. That's not a big concern for her. Danny's more in a stressed spot than she is. Interesting. All right, I'm going to end this reading. I feel like it was too long as it was. I apologize if you guys stuck it to the end. I appreciate that. If not, that's okay too. I didn't really know what to expect, because I've never really picked up anything on Danny, but I just did a quick pull on him before, and of course the energies change. So it's possible. I mean, based on this reading, it's possible that he very well could know exactly where Quentin is, and I feel comfortable enough thinking or believing that Leilani definitely knows. Of course, it's a tarot reading, right? So take it for what it is, but a lot came out. A lot came out in this one. And more importantly, the location of where Quentin is. That Four of Pentacles, that was yikes. Did they put him in something? Did they put him in something and then bury him? I don't even like talking like that. So I'm just going to leave it there, guys. I will be trying to do another video tonight, because I also want to get up the Robert Schmidt Jr. case. And I know I've said that like 3 or 4 times now, so I plan on doing that next, and hopefully getting that up tonight as well. But in the meantime, you guys have a wonderful rest of your weekend and a great week ahead, and stay safe and stay blessed, and I'll talk to you later. Bye.